When Baraka's failure to apprehend several Earth warriors nearly results in Shao Kahn's demise, the nomad finds himself fearing for his own life. He falls out of favor with his emperor, and realizes that it's only a matter of time before Kahn enacts revenge. Baraka remains loyal until the opposition from the Earth realm has been defeated. With Kahn in a weakened state from his battle with Raiden, Baraka strikes. The despondent emperor is no match for Baraka's attack. Then, fearing reprisal from those loyal to Kahn, Baraka escapes back into the nomadic ruins from which he came. Cyrax is captured by Sub-Zero and reprogrammed with new orders: destroy Shao Kahn. With Kahn unable to detect his assassin's soulless presence, Cyrax delivers a successful sneak attack. But, after eliminating Kahn and saving Earth, Cyrax awaits new orders from his Lin Kuei headquarters. The orders never come and Cyrax malfunctions. He ends up stranded in the middle of a vast desert, blindly heading toward his base. When Kahn finally eliminates his opposition, he finds a new and surprising foe in Ermac. The outworld souls that give life to the warrior did not trust their tyrannical leader, who planned to consume the powerful life force for his own power. Even Shao Kahn's power was no match for the overwhelming strength of legions of deceased outworld warriors. They destroyed their master in a battle that devastated the entire realm. Ermac was left behind to rule it with his own brand of oppression. Jade makes the decision to assist her longtime friend, Kitana. She thwarts an assassination attempt by Reptile against the princess and fends off their other outworld enemies. This clears the path for Kitana to turn Sindel against the Emperor, Shao Kahn. With Sindel removed as an enemy, Jade finds herself facing the Emperor in combat. She defeats him and both Earth and her former homeland of Edenia are transformed to their original states. Jade has earned herself a place alongside the great heroes of Mortal Kombat. The second time Jax battles the forces of Shao Kahn, he comes prepared. Thought to be the strongest man on Earth, he has no problem proving it, first by beating Kahn's armies, then by defeating the Emperor himself. When the world reverts back to normal, Jax and Sonya start the Outer World Investigation Agency. Jax runs the exploratory division which learns to open portals through science rather than magic. He leads the first expedition into a mysterious new realm. With his nearly deceased soul restored, Johnny Cage finds himself fighting alongside his friends once again. This time he seeks revenge against the extermination squad that took his life. But during their battle, Cage learns that if they win against Kang, his soul will again be deceased when Earth reverts back to normal. Knowing this, the movie star embarks on a one-way mission to destroy Shao Kahn. His determination fuels his fellow warriors as they embark on one final onslaught against the evil Emperor. The Earth warriors emerge victorious, and when the realms revert to their normal state, Cage bids farewell to his comrades as his soul leaves to a higher place. After returning from near death, Kabal swears revenge against his attackers. He fights alongside the other Earth warriors. When he defeats Motaro and the mighty Shao Kahn, he proves that he truly is the chosen one. Before the invasion, Kabal lived a life of crime. He was once a member of the Black Dragon along with Kano. Now Kabal devotes his life to fighting injustice. He will give crime's inner circles a new reason to fear. When Shao Kahn lets Kano live, he fails to realize the resourcefulness of the scheming human. Kano lures Kahn's army away on a false mission, then nukes them using a stolen weapon. He fights the remaining warriors and finally defeats Kahn himself. Kano's true intention is to take over the souls which Kahn once possessed. But Kano is unable to control the spirits as they escape and attack him. Rumored to have suffered a violent death, Kano was ignorant of the fact that he saved the world he tried to conquer. Kitana evades the evil clutches of Shao Kahn and escapes into the unknown regions of Earth. She survives an assassination attempt by the vile creature Reptile, and allies herself with her one-time comrade, Jade. Together with the help of Earth's warriors, Kitana reaches Sindel and turns the Queen against her Emperor. With Shao Kahn defeated, the Earth is charged back to its original state, as is Kitana's realm of Edenia. She will be forever in debt to her friends from Earth as she rules the new realm of Edenia at Queen Sindel's side. When Shao Kahn invades Earth, Kung Lao must scrap his plans of reuniting the White Lotus Society. He instead must focus on the new tournament. He seeks Liu Kang, and together they battle Kahn's forces fearlessly. Using the knowledge he obtained as a Shaolin monk, he fights in the name of his great ancestor, the original Kung Lao. He emerges victorious but suffers from injuries during battle with Kahn. Believed to have passed away, Kung Lao joins his ancestor in a new life. After thwarting Shao Kahn in the past, Liu Kang finds himself the main target of Kahn's extermination squads. But Kang is the reigning Mortal Kombat champion and proves it by easily defeating Kahn's minions. But it's the apparent death of his friend Kung Lao that enrages Kang and enables him to find the strength to defeat Shao Kahn. Then, before the portal closes, Liu Kang is greeted by Princess Kitana and thanked for saving the Earth and the Outworld. When Mileena is murdered, she finds her soul reborn in an evil place called the Netherrealm. Here she accepts servitude to an almighty god known as Shinnok. It is Shinnok who allows her soul to be reborn on the Outworld. Her loyalty to Shao Kahn is replaced by her fear of Shinnok. Mileena plots to overthrow her own father. The ability to read Kitana's mind and predict the Earth Warrior's motives enables Mileena to set up her father's downfall. When Kahn is weakened by the onslaught of attacks, Mileena takes the opportunity to destroy her father and allow Shinnok to step forward and take both realms for his own sinister purposes. Nightwolf helps the other Earth Warriors escape to his sacred land. Once there, they regroup and form a plan of attack against Shao Kahn's invasion. Nightwolf has trained hard for this battle. Finally, he faces Shao Kahn and emerges victorious. When the Earth returns to its normal state, Nightwolf peacefully regains his land his Native American people lost over many years. They establish their own proud nation and soon become the great leaders of Earth. At first a passive observer, Noob Saibot would soon receive orders to side with the evil Emperor Shao Kahn. Saibot's leaders in the Netherrealm want him to join Kahn's battle to gain his trust and to gain entrance into the Earth realm. When Kahn drops his guard, Noob Saibot is ordered to attack. With both the Earth realm and the Outworld's Emperor defeated, the fallen Elder God known as Shinnok can take both realms and gain the power he needs to strike back at the Elder Gods who banished him into the Netherrealm. When Outworld and Earth merge, Raiden finds himself battling Shao Kahn without the assistance of the Elder Gods. The Thunder God must transform into mortal in order to exist in the combined realms. When he does this, he puts his own immortality at risk. But Raiden has always found ways of fouling Kahn's plots. He guides the chosen Earth Warriors into battle against the Outworld Emperor's armies, then finally faces Kahn himself. The powerful beings fight until the very core of the Earth is shaken, and Raiden emerges victorious. Rain fights valiantly for the Emperor Shao Kahn. But it would be Kahn's own stepdaughter, the Princess Kitana, who turns Rain against him. Like Kitana, Rain's origins also come from their former realm of Edenia. He learns that his father was once a general in Edenia's army and died at the hands of Shao Kahn himself. Enraged at the truth about his history, he joins Kitana in aligning with the Earth Realm warriors. But his allegiance comes under question when he mysteriously disappears during an extermination squad attack. To prove his loyalty, he embarked on a suicide mission to destroy Shao Kahn and end the menace once and for all. Reptile is ordered by Shao Kahn to find and kill Kitana. He is successful in completing his task, but upon returning, finds himself shunned by the Emperor. Shao Kahn promised Reptile that, if he was successful, that he would resurrect Reptile's race. Shao Kahn never had any intention of fulfilling his promise. Enraged, Reptile turns against his master and defeats him in battle, but by killing his master, Reptile destroys the one chance to ever know his true race. Scorpion is inadvertently released from his damnation in Hell when Kahn's plan to overtake that realm goes awry. Free to roam Earth, Scorpion is enlisted by the Emperor to aid him in his quest to destroy the chosen warriors. But, his allegiance to Shao Kahn falters when he discovers one of the chosen warriors to be Sub-Zero. Scorpion has vowed to protect the former ninja as restitution for killing his brother. Shao Kahn finds himself the victim of his own scheme as Scorpion is forced to turn against him. He destroys the Emperor and the Earth is returned to normal. After eventually terminating Sub-Zero, Sektor is attacked by Shao Kahn's army. Unfamiliar with the Outworld warriors, Sektor fights back. He targets Kahn and all Outworld beings as threats to the Lin Kuei. Kahn's minions are no match for Sektor, who fights his way into the fortress. Once inside, Sektor initiates his self-destruct sequence. The resulting explosion is so massive that it closes the portal and returns Earth back to normal. When Shao Kahn overtakes the Earth, he needs Shang Tsung to help locate the surviving humans. Granted new powers, Tsung soon discovers his Dark Emperor's true plan. As soon as the remaining warriors are disposed of, Kahn will take Tsung's own soul. After learning of this, Tsung turns on his master. He catches Motaro off guard and then defeats Shao Kahn. But before the Earth can return to normal, Tsung takes all the souls as his own. He will forever rule Earth with his own brand of evil. While Sheeva serves her master on Earth, her race of Shogun are being punished on the Outworld. Kahn now favors Motaro's race of centaurs and aids them in defeating the Shogun. After learning of these events, Sheeva turns on her master. She defeats Motaro, and in a rage, brings down Kahn. In freeing the Earth, she also frees the Outworld. She then returns home and works to restore the pride and respect of her race. Sindel receives visions of her true past and turns against Shao Kahn. She discovers that her true king was named Jade. They once had a daughter named Kitana and ruled a realm called Edenia, before Kahn took it away in their own mortal combat. He uses Sindel as a pawn in his quest for Earth and took Kitana as his own daughter. But in defeating Shao Kahn, Sindel frees the Earth. In doing so, she also liberates Edenia and ensures a reunion with her 10,000-year-old daughter, Kitana. Smoke was once a friend and ally of Sub-Zero when they both tried to escape from being turned into machines by their ninja clan. But, Smoke is captured and transformed into a cyborg with a mission to find and kill his own partner. But Smoke soon finds himself being pursued by Shao Kahn's minions. He learns he still has a soul and his true mission is the destruction of the Outworld invaders. He defeats Kahn and saves the world, but is forever trapped in his artificial body. Before his transformation into a cybernetic ninja, Smoke was one of the Lin Kuei's finest ninja. It was during this time that he came to know his greatest ally, Sub-Zero. When the Lin Kuei decided to automate their warriors, the two attempted to escape. While Sub-Zero successfully eluded capture, Smoke did not. He would become a robotic nightmare, his soul trapped inside a living machine. In his human form, Smoke was a fierce warrior. In his mechanical body he is even more lethal. But, his true form is that of a human. One he'll know again only in dreams. Sonya defeats her arch-enemy Kano high atop a skyscraper near Shao Kahn's fortress. She then comes face to face with the Emperor himself. In an incredible display of courage, Sonya wins. When the world returns to its normal state, Sonya has no trouble convincing her superiors to form the Outer World Investigation Agency, devoted to protecting the Earth against possible future invasions from other realms. Ignorant of why his soul was spared from the Outworld invasion, Stryker receives a vision from Raiden. He is instructed to travel west. He eventually meets the rest of Earth's warriors and learns the true meaning of his survival. He travels back to the city he swore to protect. Kahn is unfamiliar with this new combatant and is caught off guard. Stryker defeats the warlord and saves the entire planet. The chaos that consumed the city in the hours before the invasion are gone. Having been killed in the first tournament, Sub-Zero somehow seems to have emerged to win the third tournament. However, upon removing his mask, both the Outworld and the Earthborn warriors are shocked to discover the true identity of this warrior. A warrior who has long been missing from a previous Mortal Kombat, and one who will return in the fourth tournament. In vicious battle, Sub-Zero faces Cyrax and Sektor, but not alone. He finds his third Lin Kuei assassin, the elusive Smoke. Before automation, Smoke and Sub-Zero were allies. Sub-Zero helps Smoke recall his past and gains him as an ally once again. Sub-Zero defeats his cyborg assassins with the help of Smoke and finds it takes all his own inner strengths to defeat Kahn and his Outworld minions. The former ninja once again disappears into the shadows. His legacy known only by a select few. Khameleon wins. Khameleon's former race were known as Raptors. They evolved millions of years ago on Earth into intelligent creatures but fled the realm when it was destroyed in a battle between the gods. They repopulated a new realm known as Zatara only to be driven to extinction by Shao Kahn when they lost to Outworld in mortal combat. With Shao Kahn near victory against Earth, Chameleon contacts Reptile and shares the truth about their race with him. This turns him against Kahn, allowing Chameleon to lead a sneak attack against the Emperor. This last battle results in the end of Shao Kahn and unification of Earth, giving Reptile and Chameleon the chance to beget a new generation of raptors. When Shao Kahn lets Kano live, he fails to realize the resourcefulness of the scheming human. Kano lures Kahn's army away on a false mission, then nukes them using a stolen weapon. He fights the remaining warriors and finally defeats Kahn himself. Kano's true intention is to take over the souls which Kahn once possessed. But Kano is unable to control the spirits as they escape and attack him. Rumored to have suffered a violent death, Kano was ignorant of the fact that he saved the world he tried to conquer. When Outworld and Earth merge, Raiden finds himself battling Shao Kahn without the assistance of the Elder Gods. The Thunder God must transform into mortal in order to exist in the combined realms. When he does this, he puts his own immortality at risk. But Raiden has always found ways of fouling Kahn's plots. He guides the chosen Earth warriors into battle against the Outworld Emperor's armies, then finally faces Kahn himself. The powerful beings fight until the very core of the Earth is shaken, and Raiden emerges victorious. The second time Jax battles the forces of Shao Kahn, he comes prepared. Thought to be the strongest man on Earth, he has no problem proving it, first by beating Kahn's armies, then by defeating the Emperor himself. When the world reverts back to normal, Jax and Sonya start the Outer World Investigation Agency. Jax runs the exploratory division which learns to open portals through science rather than magic. He leads the first expedition into a mysterious new realm. When Shao Kahn invades Earth, Kung Lao must scrap his plans of reuniting the White Lotus Society. He instead must focus on the new tournament. He seeks Liu Kang, and together they battle Kahn's forces fearlessly. Using the knowledge he obtained as a Shaolin monk, he fights in the name of his great ancestor, the original Kung Lao. He emerges victorious but suffers from injuries during battle with Kahn. Believed to have passed away, Kung Lao joins his ancestor in a new life. Goro wins. Kintaro wins. Motaro wins. Shao Kahn wins.